Hi, Mark Manchester with Wayward Studios. This video is a continuation of the series of videos I'm doing on the Horror Cinema Classics mechanics. I previously did a video on the trope token, which kind of explains what we're doing, what Horror Cinema Classics is. So I will put the link for that down in the description. Check that out. Again, if you are watching this in October 2025, we are in the middle of a crowdfunding on BackerKit. It would be great if you would check that out. Consider supporting us. We are plugging along. We've already reached our funding goals and a couple stretch goals, but we have got a lot of really cool stretch goals coming up that involve some guest writers, and we'd really like to get them on board to do their adventures as well. So with that, we're going to talk today about the mechanic Better Them Than Us. So again, we are following into the horror movie trope scenarios. And there are many situations or many movies that you've watched where the group of whatever camp counselors, medical facility doctors, orderlies, whatever, will come upon a corpse, a victim, and 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 you don't know at that time what killed them, how they died, just that you found the body. Um, and in Horror Cinema Classics, that is an option that can actually happen to your players. Um, Now, I will preface this by saying that this is a mechanic that many tables may not like. And as a director, it would be up to you to have that conversation with your table and as a group decide if this is a mechanic you want to use. But if you do decide to use it, this is how it works. So and this is pretty much, we advise it only being used in flicks or zero level funnels. A flick is a zero level funnel in HCC. Um, when you get into leveled characters, it's just mean to kill off a leveled character, without any chance of survival. So we encourage it to, if it's going to be used, to only be used in zero level adventures. So you have a group of characters. They're going about the adventure, trying to figure out what's going on, and they stumble upon one of their cast members who has been murdered, killed, whatever. Um, and this may be even done without the actor, the player's knowledge that they're going to find their own character dead. Um, but this kind of leans into that horror that any nobody's safe at any time. You might be trying to do all of the right things survival wise, and you could still end up uh, uh, ending up a victim of your slasher or your agent of darkness or whatever it is that is the big bad evil guy of the adventure. So, in order to incentivize this, there's a reward for this, and what that is and the reward is activated once the body is found, and once that body is found, the surviving characters will gain 1 point of luck. Um, that'll go right to their stats because they survived and that person did, so they're a little luckier than the person who died. That luck point, it just becomes a normal part of the stats. However, the limitation of 18 is the max the stat you can go to. So that's just kind of a reward for leaning into that horror aspect of the game, and to kind of demonstrate that better us, better us than or better than them us. We're the lucky ones. That person wasn't the lucky one, so that's reflected in the game by getting a point of luck. So yeah, that's that mechanic. It's a pretty simple mechanic, and again, make sure everyone that's playing your game is on board with that mechanic because it can create some issues if you don't warn your players that you're going to be using that mechanic, and then all of a sudden they just find one of their characters dead with no cause. We have found in playtesting that it adds to the tension of the game. There's that shock value and it really helps with some of the immersion. So again, if you are interested in checking out our crowdfunding on BackerKit, the link for the campaign will be in the description below. If you have already backed us, consider sharing this with others, and we will keep that pledge level rising so that we can reach all the stretch goals that we want. Again, I'm Mark, and I'll see you at the table.